Alright, hello boys and girls, moms and dads. Welcome to HeroesMart School Academy. This is week number 34 and day number 3. Alright, so today is going to be about phonics and spelling, and we're going to be talking about Latin root words. In other words, there are certain words that came into English from Latin. And Latin was a language that was spoken by ancient Romans. So some people, they spoke Latin before, and slowly the language evolved into English, and then they took some of the words from there and they formed English words. What are those words? So how can we derive the meaning of those words even though we may not have heard certain words before? If you are familiar with the root words over here, you can understand what certain new words are going to be saying in English to you. So for example, look at the word aqua. Well, the word aqua in Latin means water. So when you see an English word like aquatic, you're going to know that, well, that's referring to water. Okay? The word altus in Latin means high. So when you see the word altitude, well, you're going to know that's talking about height. What about the word manus? The word manus means hand. So when you see something like manual, it means that you're doing something with your hand. The word mergo means I plunge. So when you see something like emergency, you're going to know something that needs to be done real quickly. The word pedis means foot in Latin. And when you see the word in English pedal, well, you're going to know, well, that's talking about using my feet to do something. The word opus means work in Latin. So when you see the word operation, it means that you're doing some kind of work. The word primus means first, so when you see primary, for example, in English, you're going to be talking about fundamental education. The word proprius means one's own. So when you see the word property, it means that's something that you own in English. The word medo means I send. So when you see the word transmitter, it means that you are trying to send something potentially across the wire. The word dance in Latin means tooth. Well, in English, if you hear dentist, you're going to know, well, this is talking about teeth and tooth over here. Latin word annus means year. So when you hear something like annual, well, that's going to be talking about yearly. The word brevis means short in Latin. So when you hear the word brief, well, that's going to be talking about something short. The word corpus means body in Latin. When you hear the word corpse, well, you're going to know it's relating to a dead body. The word curo means I run. So when you hear the word current, it means you're talking about something that is really relevant for the moment. Well, that's running right now. The word audio means I hear in Latin. And when you hear the word audible, it means that has to do with hearing something. The word caput means head in Latin. So when you hear captain, well, that's going to be like the big boss over there is the captain. The word civis in Latin means citizen. So when you hear civilian, you're going to talk about, well, people living in a certain location. The word duco means I lead. So when you hear the word educator, well, that's going to be somebody who's going to be teaching you, who's going to be guiding you, teaching you, and leading you. The word numerous means number in Latin. So when you hear the word numeral, well, that's going to be relating to numbers as well. All right. So your part right now is to try to type these words into your dictionary, potentially online dictionary like dictionary.com or your paper dictionary. Try to see how those words are sounded and try to see if you can derive their Latin derivatives from it. You're even welcome right now to type in the root Latin words. Some dictionaries can actually literally come out for you. In fact, let's try that out right now. We're going to go right now to dictionary.com and type in just aqua. Well, aqua, it came right out. Okay? It means water. Even though it's a Latin word, right now in English we use the word aqua. Okay, so go ahead and try to do that exercise for me for the rest of these words over here. Moms and dads, try to help them do that and have fun with it. You're welcome to build additional exercises using the tips that you've learned from this particular lesson today. Alright, so that's what I got for you today, boys and girls. Remember, God cares about you, and so do we. Bye-bye.
I'll be your hero's buddy, and as you study with HeroesMart, I will be your friend. So don't you